Welcome to the Bo Benson Show. If you like conspiracy theories, you like what's going on in the government, you like to learn about secret societies, you like to learn about Jehovah Witnesses, this is the perfect channel for you. Please subscribe and make a comment. Welcome to the Bo Benson Show. For those of you who are joining, this is the Abel Perez case, 23 CECG 00025, California case. The first part of this is going to look at the introduction of Watchtower's hierarchy structure. This video is going to be explaining the hierarchy structure of Watchtower.
4. Defendant Nina Perez is plaintiff's mother. Defendant Nina Perez is a natural person. She resided in Fresno County at the time of these events, and still does. 5. During all times relevant, defendant Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of New York, Inc. is and was a New York corporation that has conducted business in the state of California, with its principal place of business in New York, and may be served with process through its California agent for service of process James M. McCabe, 4817 Santa Monica Avenue, San Diego, California 92107. 6. During all times relevant, defendant Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania, is and was a Pennsylvania corporation that has conducted business in the state of California, and may be served with process at its office is located at 1630 Spring Run Road. Extension, Coraopolis, Pennsylvania 15108-0. 7. During all times relevant, defendant Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses is and was a New York corporation that has conducted business in the state of California, and may be served with process through its California agent for service of process Clinton Hedberg, 4952. Gold Course Circle, Elk Grove, 95758. 8. The defendant entities Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of New York, Inc., Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania, Inc., Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, are collectively referred to herein as Watchtower Jehovah's Witnesses, and each is the agent, servant, and alter ego of each other and operates as a single business enterprise. Each defendant was acting within the scope and course of his or its authority as an agent, servant, and/or alter ego of the other, and each of them engaged in, joined in, and conspired with the other wrongdoers in carrying out the unlawful activities alleged in this complaint.
So for those of you who are not familiar with the organization Watchtower, and is the religious order of Jehovah's Witnesses, they refer to themselves as agents and servants of the Lord. And so they will try to actually argue that this person is an agent, this person is a servant, so they're not responsible, and the organization isn't responsible for their actions when they are accused of criminal activity. They have flipped and flopped many times in court saying, oh, you know what, our members are not clergy, and then all of a sudden they are clergy, and they constantly flip and flop. So the victim here is letting the court know that the organization is going to try to deny responsibility for the members of the church, claiming that they don't follow rules and they're not, but they do. They absolutely do. It's like a company policy. So they belong to this company, which is Watchtower, and they follow these rules to a T. And all these rules are based upon the servants and the agents. And when they talk about alter egos, they have other terminologies they use, and they will pretend that they don't follow these policies when in actually they do. So this is really good that he brought this to the attention of the court, even though they disregarded it and they're ignoring it, because they already know this. See, I already know that the California judge and the California court system already has dealt with Watchtower numerous times and knows this already. And so he's letting them know that he knows, but they didn't care. But we'll make them.
9. Venue is proper in Fresno County, California because the acts that give rise to plaintiffs' claims occurred in Fresno County. 10. This court has jurisdiction over this matter by virtue of the fact the amount in controversy exceeds the sum of $25,000 exclusive of interest and costs. 3. Facts common to all claims. 11. The Jehovah's Witness religion is an international organization with 8 million baptized members worldwide and 13,000 congregations in the USA. It is headed by a governing body, currently composed of 10 men, who rule from Warwick, New York. Every country that has a sizable contingent of Jehovah's Witnesses will have a branch headquarters. 12. The Jehovah's Witness Church is structured hierarchically. Governing body is the head of the church and uses the various Watchtower corporations to direct operations of the Jehovah's Witness religion, all the way down to the congregational level. Attached hereto as Exhibit 1. And incorporated herein by this reference is a true and correct copy of the testimony of Watchtower Assistant Secretary Treasurer Don Adams on the hierarchical nature of the Watchtower organization.
Okay, so let's take a look at Exhibit 1. And what Exhibit 1 is, it's showing that the governing body is in charge of Watchtower. In the court proceedings, the governing body has claimed that they are not in charge of Watchtower. So this is a common tactic, and he is warning the courtroom that this tactic is going to be used, and he's already stopping the tactic by showing appendix for chapter 4, and we'll look at section 6 here. So I'm aware that this is probably next to impossible to read, so I will do the best I can, but it says, to implement their decisions, the governing body uses this hierarchical organization together with corporation entities when operators to accomplish the worldwide work of teaching and declaring the good news of God's established kingdom. The principal corporation used by the governing body is the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania. See the organization to accomplish our ministry, page 26. So this is proof, and this is showing evidence that the governing body is over Watchtower, which is in control of Jehovah's Witnesses. So this is a hierarchy structure, and it's being shown here in these records.
13. Policies are dispersed through branch manuals at the branch level. Shepherd the flock of God manuals, and body of elder letters for the elders. Watchtower, Awake, Watchtower. Broadcasting, jw.org website, various publications for the rank and file. 14.
Okay, so they're referring to shepherding the flock of God. So this is a hidden manual that exists only with the elders. So if you have a position that you're given to by the organization of Watchtower, by the governing body, you're giving a handbook called Shepherding the Flock of God. You are not allowed to copy, share it, or tell anyone who is a member of the congregation about this. So the church members are not allowed to know about it. And the reason they're not allowed to know about it is there are policies and procedures that are contradictory to what they tell in the Watchtower magazines. And they don't want the members to know that those things exist. The prime example of this is there actually is documentation in the Shepherding the Flock of God book that says that you can look at child pornography and it's not a problem as long as you don't do it a lot and then you don't share it with people. That is actually in their handbook, and they do not want their rank and file members to be aware that they have standards that are so low, such as that, because they are saying in public different things than what they're actually enforcing behind closed doors.
15. After a vetting process that takes on average 6 months, new members of the church are given the title of unbaptized publisher. Within the local congregation, male unbaptized Publishers can be promoted sequentially to baptized publisher, ministerial servant, and elder. In each promotion, the local congregation recommends members for promotion, and Watchtower ultimately decides whether to promote a member. 15. Ministerial servants and elders are agents of their local congregation, the various corporations used by the governing body, and the governing body. 16. Elders are leaders in the local congregation and direct agents for Watchtower. They do not make any major decisions without Watchtower's approval. Watchtower gives every new elder a copy of the Shepherd the Flock of God Handbook. It is 300 pages of detailed instructions ranging from how to clean the Kingdom Hall to the procedures used to form judicial committees. Watchtower has 2 departments with the task of giving direction to elders. They are the Service Department and the Legal Department. The Shepherd Handbook instructs.
So this is really important. So once you get to the position where you are actually an elder, you then signed a contract with the corporation of Watchtower saying that you won't say any of their secrets and you'll follow their policies. You actually have a written contract. They are actual employees of Watchtower. So Jehovah Witnesses make a verbal contract, but these people are signing an official document that is saying that they are elders. So anybody who is an elder, they are not given that position without Watchtower, which is run by the governing body, is actually saying, yes, this is okay. We want this person. They did X, A, B, C, and D. We feel like they're going to protect our interests and they're willing to do and say whatever we want. So one of the requirements for being an elder is that you have to be willing to lie to the authorities in order to protect the honor of Jehovah. So Watchtower and Jehovah are given the exact same treatment by the elders. Watchtower is treated as if it's a god by the members and company members of the organization, the real company members. So this applies to anyone who is an elder and up in the organization, has signed this declaration, and that they will be willing to do and say anything in order to protect the interests of the company. So that's very important. That's why this is in here. They have a thing referred to as spiritual warfare. It is okay by the company's standards in order to mislead police, FBI, CIA, whatever it is, whatever government agency it is, if it's in the interest of protecting the welfare and name of the organization of Watchtower. And they will tell the victims that you don't say A, you don't say B, because we don't want to bring reproach on Jehovah's name. This has been seen in thousands of documents involving CSA with the organization. That terminology is taught to these company members to use in order to control the members of Watchtower, in order to fear them into not speaking about criminal activity. It's very important. That's what he's telling them. That's what he was informing them. Like I said, the court system in California is perfectly aware of this already. This information is for you, the audience, just in case you're not familiar with the organization, you don't know what this is, or maybe you're representing a member of Jehovah Witnesses, Watchtower victim. This is what they're talking about. This is what this victim here is letting the judge know.
Elders to departments whenever a situation arises that does not have explicit instructions covered in the handbook.